What's going on, ladies and gents? Cerebro here for T3G, and today doing a little review of my mouse. This is the Roccat. It's R-O-C-C-A-T, but I presume it's still pronounced Roccat. Roccat Kone Pure Naval Storm Color Edition. There is several versions of this mouse, of the Kone. There's the Kone Pure, there's the Kone Pure Color, and a Kone Pure, yes, 10 times fast, you know. Kone Pure Naval Storm is what I have. There's, I believe, also a Marine edition, a couple different military editions, but you get the gist. Now, I've been using this for quite a few months now, and I've got some great experience with it. It is an optical mouse, obviously. It goes from 100 to 5,000 DPI, so you have a wide range of control, and you've got some button control options that I'll get to in a minute. And then we've got our color icon on the back here, which is their Roccat, maybe? Whatever. There's a cat, and there's got like lightning and stripes behind it. Whatever. I don't need the box no more. It's got a braided cable, which is pretty standard these days, as well as a pretty sturdy USB plug. I really enjoy all the customization you have with it. The software is huge, and it has tons of options. It has everything from your standard DPI control, your button assignments, to color configurations. You can do custom colors. I actually didn't think it was going to have that much, and it had that and more. So I was really excited when I found all that out. You can change your color scheme from pretty much the entire spectrum. You know, it does its best to approximate based on the LEDs that it's got available, but it's a pretty solid mouse. Overall, the tracking is really good, and in-game, I've used it on World of Warcraft primarily. Does a really good job for me. I've had zero issues with it. My only qualm with the mouse is that it's not a little bit bigger. It's got, I mean, it's a pretty standard size mouse, and I've got pretty gigantor size hands, so it doesn't really do a great job for me personally. Overall, I just don't, it doesn't, I feel like it needs to have a hump on the back, and that'd be perfect for me. But I like a lot of the features that it has. The buttons are pretty much all entirely fully assignable, so you can change any feature, any option. Out of the box, the back button here is your shift, that they call the easy shift button, and that'll give you some more combinations as far as buttons. So originally that back click along with the left click button will do the navigation back, but you can actually remap that, as I did, to just be the normal back button. I wasn't interested in having a lot of the button combination for this, just because I have now a Logitech keyboard, but even before that I had a keyboard where I do most of my fighting in keyboard. So now I'm going to be switching to mouse because I've got this guy here, the Logitech, so that'll be, I'll be doing a video on that soon, but I really wasn't interested in making this some sort of crazy button combination mouse. I really wanted to be solid, straightforward, with no, you know, fancy button combinations. Now they do have their was laser guided scroll wheel, or whatever you want to call. I'm not a huge fan of the scroll wheel personally. I like the ability to free it up on my 600 or G600S or whatever it is from Logitech. I'm probably going to end up finding another one of those just because I really like that. Even the G600 doesn't have it. I don't like the fact that that's weighted. The G6, I mean, none of these other mice are. I'm going to have to buy a nice mouse to get everything that I want, I feel like. But overall, I think this is a decent mouse. I got it on a steal. It came with this mouse pad. Because it was, I forget what the bundle was called, but they still sell the bundle and a couple of the other variations of this. I'm pretty sure they probably still sell this as well. And it came with the mouse pad. We got it for about 30 bucks when Tiger Direct was going out of business. So steal there. I think normally it's 60. So something along those lines. I don't think it's a $60 mouse. That's probably a $50 set, because that's a pretty large mouse pad, and I think that's a pretty good price then for a mouse and a mouse pad of that size. I just don't think this by itself would be a $60 mouse. $30, I think, is the most you should pay for this. I'm glad that I paid $30 for this and a mouse pad. So I'm happy about that, but overall, I don't think you should pay more than $30 for this mouse. If you can get this on a steal, I'd say, you know, jump on it. Make sure it fits you well. Like I said, that's been my biggest problem with this, is that it doesn't really fit well. For me personally, it's just got giant hands. But if it fits you well, I think it's a decent mouse. I think I mean, even better than decent. I think it's a good mouse overall. I think it does a good job. I wouldn't necessarily depend on it for a ton of gaming, especially if you like to have some customizable buttons and things like that. I think there's better mice. I mean, I think there's better mice at $30 for that. So, you know, look elsewhere for that. But if you just want a really solid, a little more customizable mouse than your standard, you know, whatever $20, $30 basic mouse, this is definitely a good way to go if you can get it for about 30 bucks. Well, that's pretty much all I have to say on this. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any questions on this mouse or anything else, make sure you drop it down below. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, check out T3GTech.com, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. As always, I've been Cerebro for T3G, signing off.